Jessica Alanis.
I feel like after looking at me, you're like, obviously, you sat in the middle seat, clearly. The people in the back are like, we don't even know who's talking right now. We can't see her. We cannot. My God. I'm originally from Texas. Yeah, doesn't get a lot of woos, doesn't usually. I'm from Texas, and I'm Mexican, and no one ever believes me when I say that. And I guess on this lineup, like me and Patrick, you have to be white, basically, to be on it. It's the only way he gets the diversity universe. I am Mexican, and I really try to be more Mexican to be a part of the culture. You know, so I'll do things, like I usually have my hair curly, I wear hoop earrings, because that's the uniform, you know? I'll say and shit at the end of my sentences just to like keep it spicy. Dude, I even spent a night in jail once because I'm that committed to my culture. You too? That Mexican. We get it. I did. It was just one night. It was just one night in jail because I'm not that Mexican, you know? I got a DWI when I was in college.
Yep.
Dude, that was expensive, man. I do not recommend college at all. Still paying for that mistake. Are you kidding me? Jail, on the other hand, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Like, yes, they take away, you know, your rights, your freedom, your privacy, but that's just being a woman in Texas, okay? It felt like home to me. I was like, this is cozy. This is right. You're right. Women shouldn't make decisions. You're right. This is fine. This is good. It was a different time, though. You know, it was before Uber and Lyft existed, when you had to have a designated driver. Do you guys remember that? The designated driver whose only job for the night was to stick to Bud Light. Do you guys have that? Is that what you're looking to? I see the head nods. They're like, I am DE extraordinaire. I get that. It's embarrassing though. I don't speak Spanish. I wish I did. Because I get into embarrassing situations. You know, people will say things like, oh, a ver. And I think they're saying Alanis. And I'm like, oh, is that my last name? Are you calling me? You know, people will be like, no mames. And I'm like, no, I have a mom. I don't have a dad. No daddess, okay? I don't have that. It was even worse. I went to the doctor and they were like, oh, ¿estás embarazada? And I was like, yeah, I'm a little embarrassed right now. I'm a little embarrassed. And they were like, no, embarazada. And I was like, oh, no, but now I'm on a diet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I love that. Have you guys ever been to Disneyland? Yeah. You were the one that was like, I can talk dirty. And then that's literally, I'm the same in bed. I'm like, yeah. And then it gets to it and I'm like, wait, no. Don't look at me. No, I've never been to Disneyland before or Disney World. And I'm honestly scared to go. Because like I'm scared that I'm going to be one of those like Disney adults, you know, who's like very into it, and then just like walks around thinking Prince Charming's gonna come and save me, and then he's just like a Raiders fan. I'm like, hey, this is not great. This is dumb. I mean, someone told me, they were like, hey, you kind of remind me of Tinkerbell if she was Mexican and then gave up on life. And I was like, hey, what? And I was like, oh, is it because I spread magic everywhere I go? And they were like, no, it's because you're small, stubborn, and you're always chasing lost boys. So I was like, I was like, wow, that's really rude, dude. They're called veterans, okay? Don't call them lost boys, all right? They're lost men, all right? It is true that I love a guy in uniform. I do, you know, like the Army, the Air Force, Amazon delivery drivers. Anyone who can take an order, babe, I'm like, that is my guy, that's my guy. And I, like Amazon Prime, come with a video. So, not a bad deal. David was talking about being demoted. I actually got promoted at my job recently. Yeah, I got promoted to unemployed. So, same, but different. Same. I did, when I got laid off, and my friends were like, that's great, you hated your job. And I did, same way that married women hate their husbands, you know? Like, yes, I'm going to cry and bitch and complain about it, but I wasn't gonna leave, you know? I wasn't gonna quit. I need dinner, obviously. As long as something better comes along, that's how it works, right? I did hate that job though. Like at the beginning of the year, they gave out awards, like little superlatives, you know? Like best dress, best happy hour coordinator. And I got 2 awards. I got most likely to leave the party last, and best Mexican. Like, is that not the same award? Like, is that not 2 awards for one thing? Like, what are we doing? What? It was crazy. I asked him, I was like, how did I get that? Was it because I cleaned the microwave one day? So was it because I suggested Fabuloso? Like, that's just smart. Okay, that's not... I was like, if that's the case, does Brenda, who keeps complaining to HR, did she get best white? Because I would like us, I want us all to win. I want us all to win that. I do love it. I did get unemployed, and like people ask, they're like, well, what are you gonna do for money? You know, like how are you gonna make money now? And I got it figured out. I'm gonna start getting residuals, like actors do, from all the guys that I've dated. Okay, like if you see me naked and then thought about it after, pay me. Like you're using my image and likeness, I deserve something, you know? Like imagine the guys that I sent a nude photo to who still have it in their phone, like babe, you don't have to delete it, just send me a monthly Venmo. That would be a little residual, you know what I mean? Like that would be amazing, okay? I always love that because the women are like, yes! And the men are like, ooh, that plus child support? Well, that'd be too much money. 1 month. And I know, people are like, don't send nudes. Don't do it. And those people have dads, so that makes sense for them to not send nudes. Makes sense. But like, because they're like, Jessica, what if it ends up online? And then you can never do things like run for political office. And I'm like, babe, I have an arrest record and a punch card to Planned Parenthood, dude, okay? Like, that's not gonna be the thing that takes me out. Are you kidding me? And they're like, well, what if it, like, he shows all of his friends and passes it around? And I'm like, I'm single and I'm unemployed, okay? Consider it my business card, all right? Like, pass it around accordingly. I work off of referrals, okay? You know? I'm open to any position, all right? If you need to fill a hole, I'm your girl, all right? Thank you so much. Thank you. I am single, and I genuinely want to be in a relationship. I really do. Because I want to have, like, I want to get married, I want kids, I want divorce, like I want the whole package. I want it all. I do, I really do. I know I want to get married, but I don't want to have a wedding. You know what I mean? Like I want a husband, but I don't want to stand in front of my friends and family and be like, look, I settled. Like I don't want to do that. I mean, you guys know that, right? You're looking, you're like, is that us? Did we? Like to me, I'm just like, I don't want to invite friends and family and spend money on something I'm probably gonna do like 3 times. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Seems like a waste, right? I don't know, it kind of reminds me, like marriage to me is kind of like hockey. Like some people are super into it, and they're mostly white people. Like that seems like it's kind of their thing. Mexicans, we just get married, have babies, and call it a day. We're like, I meant divorce, but you get it. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I do need to stop dating the same kind of guys. I tend to go after the same ones. Ones that are named Keith. Do you guys? Anybody named Keith here? Yeah, no, it's not a common name. It's not a common name. And I've managed, my last 3 ex-boyfriends all managed to be named Keith. Yeah. I did like a white one was Mexican, one was black. I'm like the DE&I of dating Keith, you know what I mean? I just need an Asian one and I've got my IT department and we're good to go, okay? Like I have got it. I don't know how it happens, it just always, they're like attracted to me like a moth to light. They're just like, we need Jessica, I don't know. It's weird to date somebody who has the same name as your ex, right? You're like, that's confusing. It's also weird when that name is the same name as your brother. Yeah, that's weird. It's even weirder when that's also your dad's name. Like, that's too many Keiths. That's 10 too many Keiths, you know what I mean? Keiths to me are like breadsticks at Olive Garden, right? Like, they just happen to keep coming and I keep putting them in my mouth. I'm like, I don't know what is going on. I can't do it. I can't just do it anymore. I don't know. We're all family though, right? That works out. I do know I need to switch up the guys I date. Like, I get told, my friends are like, you should date more of like a CEO type, you know, someone who drives a Tesla and knows the difference between affect and effect, right? Like someone who can spell Wednesday without saying Wednesday. Like, that should be, you know. But like, the guys I date, they're the ones who, they join the military to help pay for child support. Like, that's my guy, you know? They don't have Teslas, but they have BMWs. Big Mexican weenies. My guys. Like, you know who I'm talking about. They're the ones driving the old Honda Civics where the hood of the car is a different color than the rest of the car. Like, that's my guy. That's my guy. I don't know, there's just something about a guy getting out of a suit and a Tesla that I'm like, that's you try hard. I don't like that. I'm like, you probably signed the back of your credit card. What a loser. I'm like, you filed your taxes on time? Not my guy, not for me. But babe, a guy with a like gold chain and a baseball hat getting off the bus? I'm like, that's my guy. That's my guy. What route is that? I love that. Like, I don't know. She's like, that's you. Hey, they're economical, okay? They're resourceful. They yell at you. It's great. It's the best. Okay? That's my favorite. I see the women who are like, she's my girl. I understand her. Now, my mom tells me, though, she tries to give me advice. You know, she's like, maybe go back to church. Maybe you'll meet a nice guy at church. And like, I do go to church. I'll go on holy days of obligation, right? So like, I'll go on Christmas, on Easter, and when I'm late for my period. Like, those are the days I'm gonna pray. All right, you guys have been so fun. My name is Jessica Allen.
Jessica Allen, everybody.